Welcome back to another video. Today I brought the horrible anime dads. Do I see Show Tucker? Oh hell no! Oh hell no! Not Show Tucker. Bruh, the worst of the dads. Holy hell! This one's literally a deadbeat. Holy shit! All right, let's get on with it.
Leave that fatherless, and I'm on to the next. And I ain't looking back when I.
Dads. They're either great and support their kids, and they are mostly there to protect and guide their child down the right path to make sure they can have the best life they can possibly
Hey, my God, Shikamaru's dead.
have. Or they're an absolute deadbeat bum-ass nigga who hates their kids and should have never had the
Show
right
Tucker.
to reproduce. And when it comes to anime, I don't know what it is,
I
but
forgot.
99% of these niggas can't raise a kid for
Judge.
shit. It's like they're allergic to being a good dad. So today I got a little different video for y'all. Today we're taking a deep dive and taking a look at some of the worst fathers in anime history with an honorable mention. Because if I'm talking about bad dads in just animation, period, this motherfucker is gonna make the cut every single time. So we're gonna start from the top. And the lower we go, the worse they will get. It's like we're simulating
Oh my
hell for how much hell these fathers put their kids through. So without further ado, first up on the chopping block,
Again.
good old Jing.
Oh,
Now,
Jing,
we're starting off with Jing because everybody else on this list is 10 times worse than him. But it doesn't change the fact that
He's a
this man
deadbeat.
Jing is the king of the deadbeats. Like, when it comes to deadbeat dads in anime, Jing is easily the first nigga everybody thinks about. And I mean, the evidence is there. I mean, we all know the running joke. This man dropped his son off at his cousin's house and named him Gon, because that nigga was gone 30 seconds later. This man is a stereotypical dad that went to go get milk and never came back. Bro really dropped off a whole
Good old stereotypical milk dads.
baby and the child support bill on Mito because you knew he wasn't trying to pay that shit. And I ain't gonna lie, if Jing was my dad, I really hate this nigga because if he
Yeah.
passed this ziggity zag ass hairline down to me, boy, I'd be sick. This man deserves
That hairline is so fucking diabolical, man. What the hell?
absolute worst for making his son inherit this shit. But besides all this man didn't come to see his son or contact him for 12 whole years. The only stuff he left for Gon was a cassette tape, a rusty ring, and a memory card for a PlayStation off of Craigslist, or a
Those are straight up trash.
game that he created that you could die in.
Jing, what the fuck?
I kid you not, the nigga deadass left a message on a cassette tape that said, "Hey, Spark, so, you wanna find me? Well, I don't wanna see you, little nigga. Matter of fact, don't even chase me, little nigga. I'm gonna be so real with you. But, if you do become a hunter, then beat this game that I made called Greed Island. It's basically Sword Art Online. So that means, don't die in that bitch." Oh,
You fucking
Jesus.
bitch.
I think somebody just died, but you'll be fine. Anyways, though, you beat that? Then I'll maybe finally talk to you. Well, good luck, sport. But I'm gonna be so
Oh my God, that is so much fucking
real
worse.
with y'all. The shit that really pissed me off about Jing in the moment that showed everyone that this nigga ain't shit was when Gon was in the hospital. Now, Gon was fighting for his life after his fight with Pito. He was on
Yeah.
life support and he was about to die. And Jing did not bother to visit him once when
He didn't give two shits
he
about.
was literally across the street. Not even a
5 minutes
5-minute walk. The lazy bastard didn't even want to go to the hospital to see his son that could have died. Like I'm telling y'all, when Leorio called this man out in front of everybody, it was pure satisfaction.
Yeah.
He got on the mic and was like, I got a question for Mr. Jing. Hey yo, why haven't you gone to visit your son, you bum ass nigga? You deadbeat, musty, dressed in rags, bitch. You out here answering questions for people you don't even know. Meanwhile, your own flesh and blood is about to die.
Talk your shit. Talk your shit. I forgot his name.
So answer the question, hoe ass nigga. Why have you not gone to see your son? And after Leorio called him out, Jing replied with, "Man, he got enough friends. He'll be fine. Did he even say he wanted me to come in the first place?" And the fact that this man Jing said that, does he even want me to come, while
Oh God. Okay, what? Okay, that is pissing me off too.
Gon
Holy
can't
shit.
even say that shit because he's in a coma, pissed Leorio off to the point where he said, "Fuck it, swooped on this nigga, lifted him out of his seat.
Deserve.
I'm sure you can." And when this
Deserve.
happened,
Do it again, please. Do it a fucking again.
did you not? Everyone in the room cheered because
Yeah.
they all knew that this nigga was a bum. Everyone Everyone was
Yes,
happy
he was.
when Jing got laid out. And then the icing on the cake of Jing just being a deadbeat is when Gong woke up and was so happy to see his father. This man was crying and was so happy to see his dad. And look at this man.
No, more like he was sorry for that. I forgot. I keep forgetting his name. He's sorry about his friend that hit Jing.
Man's face. Is this the face of a man that wants to see his son?
Nope.
Hell nah!
Hell
Thinking
no.
in his
Yeah,
head,
hell
"Damn,
no."
do I have to actually be in this little nigga's life now? Man, I gotta pay child support now? Oh my god. And when Gong left and said, "Can we talk again?" This man Jing was like, I don't know. And everybody in the room booed him, calling him
Talk
a
to your
deadbeat and a
son,
bitch. Nigga like they
bitch.
should. And this man Jing was ready to swing on everybody like, bro. But yeah, Jing is easily the king of the deadbeats. But like I said earlier, there are dads 10 times worse than Jing. And next
Yes.
up is a dad that abused his whole family.
Hey, he's getting a redemption arc. Kind of.
Oh boy, Endeavor. Endeavor is a great hero, but my god, he was a terrible father. Now, I will say this. Endeavor, without a doubt, is the most improved father on this list. He's actually trying to do better. But the way he was moving before his whole redemption was awful. This
Yeah, no one can forget about that
nigga was
shit.
a piece of shit that mentally abused and broke his entire family apart. And this was all because he was a hating ass nigga. You see, Endeavor was obsessed with trying to be better than All Might. So when he finally came to the realization that All Might was just better than him and it was just a skill issue, he decided, if I can't be better than him, then I'll make somebody better than him. So this man went out and bought a wife so he could make a hybrid baby with her that would have his flame quirk and her ice quirk. He wanted to make
Oh
a little
my God.
half-breed avatar. And the first child they had was Toya, aka Dabi. Now, Dabi inherited a strong version of Endeavor's quirk, but his body couldn't handle the heat because his body was physically built to resist the cold because of his mother, not heat. So Endeavor considered Toya a failure, so he continued to
Well, not exactly. I ain't gonna say shit, y'all. Y'all viewers know.
have more kids. He had Fuyumi and Natsuo. And guess what? They didn't live up to the hype that Endeavor wanted. So then he tried one last time, and he finally had a baby that had both quirks, and that was Shoto. And when Endeavor finally had Shoto, he was so obsessed with them, he just gave up on all of his other kids and told them not to be heroes. I mean, this nigga straight up told Toya in the nicest way possible. Listen here, son. Not gonna lie, gang, you ain't got what it takes. You can't.
Okay, first off, I ain't gonna correct shit because I already watched the scenes, but fuck it. He wanted to keep Toya safe because his quirk is hurting him.
Can't be a hero. You can't be better than All Might. Just give up. And this was the start of this family just breaking apart. Because after Endeavor told Toya this, he straight up tried to swing on baby Todoroki. So after Toya tried to swing on his baby brother, Endeavor straight up told his wife, keep Shoto away from the other kids. And
That is just funny. This is just fucking funny.
don't let Toya out of your sight. So this is when he just started to neglect his other kids. And the only kid he cared about was Shoto, because he was his perfect creation. So he put Todoroki through some hellish training. Like he was beating this little nigga's ass. And when his mother came in to try to stop him, he just hip slapped him right in front of his kid. And this wasn't even the last time he hit his wife. Because one day Toya came back to his dad and told him, oh my God, Pops, I've been training right. And not gonna lie, gang, I think I understand it now. You should come watch me, Dad, please. And when Endeavor heard
said
Toya
no.
was training again, he went to his wife and slapped the shit out of her right in front of his kids and started yelling at her and cussing her out. And this was the start of Todoroki's mom's mental health just declining, because every time she looked at her kids, she saw Endeavor. And this led to Todoroki's mom throwing boiling water on Todoroki's face, giving him the Zuko scar because she straight up snapped and tweaked out because she couldn't even
Not gonna lie, gang. This is so hard to fucking watch. Oh my God. This is so hard to fucking watch.
see her kids the same. Her mind was broken. So he straight up threw her in a mental insane asylum. And then since he completely neglected Toya, Toya went up in the woods thinking his dad was coming. And when he realized he wasn't, his emotions took over and his flames became out of control. And it ended up starting a goddamn California forest fire. Mans burnt down the whole forest and Endeavor thought his son was dead. Just for all for one, to find his son who was burnt to a crisp and make him a whole supermax supervillain. Nigga turned him into a D1 tweaker. So yeah,
Actually, I can understand why he became a villain.
this man Endeavor mentally and physically abused his entire family and pushed them to their breaking points. All because he was a hating ass nigga that wanted to surpass All Might. But you see, Endeavor is not the only father that we're covering today. That was a firebender and caused their son to get half their face burnt off. Because now it's time for an honorable mention.
Ozai.
Now,
Oh god. The worst one. Why?
y'all should have known damn well. If I
And he's not even an anime dad. He's a cartoon dad.
making a video about bad fathers, this man Ozai will make the cut every single time. Ozai is just flat out one of the worst fathers in fiction. This man is an actual evil narcissistic psychopath. And the way he treated his kids, whoa boy. There was a reason Zuko was a depressed dickhead and Azula was a psychopath. It all goes back to their father. So first, let's start off with Zuko. And we have to dive all the
Oh,
way into
poor
the comics for
Zuko.
this. Now, the whole family was having dinner, right? And Azula was
Damn
talking
the web comics.
about how she set her firebender's teacher's pants on fire. So Ozai, of course, was glazing Azula because she was clearly his favorite child. And he was straight up enabling Azula's bad behavior, talking like, your teacher sounds like a fool. I'll have him sent back to the colonies. So Zuko chimed in and said, he's not a dummy. He just thinks that proper firebending has to start. And Ozai cut Zuko off and he is pissed. And he says something that a father should never say to their child. He told Zuko, how dare you lecture your sister on firebending? You know, little nigga, let me let you in on a little secret. When you were born, we weren't sure if you were a bender at all. You didn't have that spark in your eyes. I planned to cast you from this palace. How embarrassing for a prince of the Fire Nation to have a non-bender as a firstborn. Lucky for you, little nigga, your mother and the Fire Sages pleaded with me to give you a chance. Azula, on the other hand, never needed that kind of luck. She was born lucky. You were lucky to be born.
Oh my god. Oh my god. He got even fucking worse.
This man snapped on his child at the dinner table, bruh. He basically told
Oh
Zuko
my
that he
God.
ain't shit. And you were lucky that I felt like blowing your mama's back out to make you. But it just keeps on getting worse from here, bruh. Because the next awful thing he did
Oh shit, the Agni Kai. The Agni fucking Kai. Why?
to Zuko was, of course,
God. Okay, that was a lot. Okay, sorry about that.
the Agni Kai. So this all started in a war meeting. So this one general came up with a plan that would have an entire division of new Fire Nation recruits be used as bait to distract the Earth Kingdom's forces so a better division could attack from the rear. Now obviously this plan is terrible because they're literally throwing new recruits out there to die. So Zuko spoke up and said that this plan was straight garbage and you're sacrificing and betraying loyal soldiers of the Fire Nation. And when he said this, all the generals just stopped and looked at this nigga because Zuko spoke out of line when he wasn't supposed to. So Ozai saw this as disrespect to the general, and the only way to settle this was an Agni Kai. So Zuko thought that he was going to be dueling the general. But when Zuko turned around and saw his opponent, it wasn't the general. It was Ozai. Because Ozai thought that it was disrespectful to him because Zuko ran his mouth in his war chambers. So Zuko was pleading to his dad like, Dad, please, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it as disrespect. But Ozai was like, stand and fight, Prince Zuko. Don't be a bitch. Stand up and fight for your honor. So Zuko refused to fight Ozai.
This is where he got his honor obsession.
And Ozai proceeded to burn half of his face off in front of a live crowd. And then after he gave Zuko his scar, he banished him and forced him to have this ugly as a bald ponytail that nobody should ever be forced to have, and told him, don't come back till you find the Avatar, who has been missing for over 112 years. Ozai was basically telling him, don't ever come back, little nigga. And the only way you're coming back is if by the grace of God you get lucky to find a little bald nigga that has been frozen for over a century. Now let's move on to Azula. Ozai made Azula do all of his dirty work. This man just sat on his throne the entire series and sent his 14-year-old daughter to take over the entire Earth Kingdom while he just sat there and didn't do shit. Then he took Azula's plan for Sozin's Comet that she made and straight up left her out of it. Nigga said, you can stay here and be Fire Lord while I go burn the world. And when he left his daughter to be Fire Lord, she went off the deep end and spiraled into madness while this nigga was having the time of his life burning the entire world.
I'm so glad he got his bending taken away.
Ozai, without a doubt, is one of the worst fathers of all time.
Indeed he is. Raza?
The fourth Kazekage is easily the worst dad in the Naruto series.
Him! I forgot about him.
Out one of the worst dads in anime history. This motherfucker ain't shit. He had Gaara living one of the worst childhoods of all time. Nigga had his son depressed 24/7. It made him start his emo phase at the age of 6. Like, there was no wonder Gaara was a uncontrollable D1 crash out in the first part of Naruto. It's because his dad ain't shit, and he tried to make him a weapon of mass destruction as a baby. You see, Rasa did some shit. You see, the Hidden Saiyan was struggling financially. These niggas were broke, and they were in desperate need for a weapon of mass destruction. So Rasa ended up conceiving Gaara for the sole purpose of sealing the one-tailed beast inside of his unborn child, so he could make him a Jinchuriki.
Bitch pulled the Minato, but the worst.
And weaponize him. Now, since Rasa tried to seal a tailed beast inside of his unborn child, this ended up leading up to Gaara's mother dying in childbirth. So off the rip, not even a day into the world, Gaara was made a weapon of mass destruction and lost his mother fresh out the womb because of his father. The little nigga was set up for a life of hell, and Rasa knew this shit. I mean, Gaara couldn't even sleep because Shikaku was always whispering to him, yeah, little nigga, fall asleep, I dare you. The moment you go night-night, I'm taking over your body and I'm blowing this bitch up. Do it, little nigga, I dare you. And of course, since he was a Jinchuriki, just like Naruto, everybody in the village was scared of him and stayed away from him. And Rasa let it happen. He didn't do shit about it. He just let them ostracize his son. And bro, he did not let Gaara have fun at all. This man was the no fun police. He would play outside with Temari and Kankuro, right? And they were just doing normal things. They were just building sand castles and shit and just having a blast. But then here came Mr. My Son Can't Have No Happiness. His bum ass didn't even say a word too. All he did was look at Temari and Kankuro and shake his head. No, stop playing with that nigga, even though he's your little brother. Get away from that freak. So Rasa didn't even allow Gaara to play with his siblings. He just
oh my god, this is so hard to fucking watch. It just keeps on getting fucking worse and worse. Holy shit.
Just straight up neglected him and wanted him to be alone 24/7. But you see, the absolute worst thing Rasa ever did to Gaara was making the only person that cared about him try to kill him.
Oh god. Oh shit, I forgot about that. I forgot about that shit.
See, Gaara had a great relationship with Yashimaru. He was his caretaker and also his uncle, and he deeply cared about Gaara. He was the only person that showed him any type of love in his life. So guess what this nigga Rasa did? He told Yashimaru, yo twin, I want to test my 6-year-old son to see if he'll crash out or not. So do me a favor and go try to assassinate that little nigga. And also tell that little nigga that his mother never loved him. I want to see if he'll go berserk. And if he does, he's a failure of a Jinchuriki. So this nigga sent Gaara's uncle to try to assassinate him. So when Yashimaru pulled up on Gaara, he had on a mask covering up his identity, so Gaara didn't know who it was. So Gaara immediately grabbed him and crushed him like a bug. So after Gaara swatted him like a fly, he went over to his body and saw that it was Yashimaru. And Gaara was sick to his stomach because he basically just murdered the only person that cared about him, and the only person that cared about him just tried to assassinate him. And with Yashimaru's last breath of life, he has to lie and tell Gaara because Rasa's watching this shit. Gaara, I was ordered to kill you by your father, and deep in my heart, I always hated you, Gaara. And you know who also hated you? Yo mama, nigga.
Oh, God!
So Shikaku
Oh my
took over
God.
and Gaara ended up going berserk. And Rasa watching this the whole time is like, looks like the child is a failure. My son is fucking useless to me now. Like, you dumbass
Dumbass
nigga. Bro
motherfucker.
really expected a 6-year-old to somehow control his emotions and not go berserk after his uncle came and tried to assassinate him, then
Work
told
his
him
ass.
in his dying breath that he always hated him and his mama hated him too. Like, nigga, how did you expect anything different? The fourth Kazekage was a brain-dead idiot. And I ain't gonna lie, I can't believe
Nah, he's more than a brain dead idiot. What the
if I'm
fuck?
about to say this, but shouts out
God, I wish I could say the R word.
Orochimaru for sliming this nigga out. It is the most noble deed he did in the entire series. Because
Yes, he
Rasa
did.
had
Yes,
to
he
go.
did.
This motherfucker wasn't shit.
Judge.
Now,
Oh,
when it
fuck.
comes to who's the biggest sack of shit in One Piece, obviously you know you got your celestial dragons and everything. But
Yep.
right under them is this motherfucker Judge. This man had
Oh.
Sanji living in hell. All because he was a normal human being. You see, Judge wanted all of his kids to be perfect weapons for Jarma Double Six.
Super
And he
soldiers.
went to the lengths of genetically altering his kids to the point where they would lack any type of sympathy. He wanted them to be emotionless weapons because Judge was a warmonger who terrorized the North Blue and wanted to conquer all of it to restore the German Empire to its rightful glory. Now, Sanji
Oh my
was the oddball of the family because he actually had emotions and was just a regular human because of his mother. Because when she was pregnant, she took a drug to try to stop the genetic mutation that Judge was trying to do to their kids. Now, this made her bedridden and she ended up dying because of this. And it
Oh my
only
God.
worked for Sanji. His other three brothers was some emotionless dickheads because of the genetic mutation. So Judge put all of his kids through intense training. And during this training, Sanji always fell behind. So when Sanji was basically failing every single training exercise, Judge became disgusted with Sanji. He was so disgusted with this little nigga that he would let his other brothers beat the shit out of him. And he wouldn't do anything about it. Sanji would cry for his dad's help. But Judge would just look at him and tell him, man, little nigga, if you don't get your ass up, quit being a crybaby and bitch. I can't believe you got my blood in you. You fucking disgrace. And his brothers
Oh.
continued to beat the shit out of him. They would do this every day and Judge would just let it happen because he didn't care about Sanji. The only kids he cared about were his sister and his brothers. And my
Oh.
God, when Judge figured out that Sanji's hobby was cooking, ooh, this nigga did not like this shit at all. Sanji was
Not at
making
all.
food for a mouse, right? And the mouse was tearing that food up. But then Judge barged in the room and just started yelling at him like, Sanji, are you cooking for them ass rats again, boy? I thought I told you to cut that weak ass shit out. So he walked over to the plate of food and threw that shit out the window, along with Mickey Mouse. He killed that nigga.
No,
and he told him,
no,
don't ever
no.
come again. And if I catch your little ass in that kitchen one more time, I'ma whoop your ass. So it got to the point that Sanji just continued to fail at everything. And Judge just decided to consider Sanji a failure. So this man did one of the worst things I've ever seen. Judge decided to fake Sanji's death. And he threw him in a dungeon and locked a metal helmet on his head and just locked him up forever so he never had to see him again. And he stayed in this cell for 6 months. And while he
Oh,
was in this
God.
prison cell, his brothers would go
Bruh, I'm so surprised that Sanji didn't become a fucking villain,
in there
man.
and
What
just
the
beat the
shit?
crap out of him for no reason at all. They would just do this for fun. So this got so brutal that his sister couldn't take it anymore. So she just broke him out so Sanji could run away. Now when Sanji was trying to make his great escape, Judge found him trying to leave. So Sanji stood up to Judge and told him, I'm leaving, old nigga, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. And Judge just looked at him and said, okay, don't hit your head out the door, little nigga. I don't care what you do, I'm gonna be real with you. But before we part ways, let me tell you this. Never tell anybody that you are my son, because you are the only stain on my legacy. So Judge let Sanji run away because he couldn't give a damn about him. And Judge didn't
Oh
see
my
Sanji again
God.
for 13 whole years. And the next time he saw him, he tried to use Sanji to marry him off to one of Big Mom's daughters. Bro didn't see his son for 13 years, and the first thing he tried to do was use him for a diplomatic marriage. And to make sure he couldn't leave, he put these handcuffs on him. And if he ever tried to take them off, he would blow his hands off so Sanji could never cook again. So after the whole cake arc and the Straw Hats rescue Sanji, while the Straw Hats were leaving, Judge saw Sanji on the Sunny. And the last thing he wanted Sanji to hear before he left was, Sanji! I just want you to know something before you leave. You still ain't shit, and you'll never be shit. Not gonna lie, gang, if your pops was talking to you like this after years of abuse and neglectment, ain't gonna lie, you might have to slime that nigga because that's insane. Judge
Bruh, why didn't Sanji just slime his ass, man?
rightfully earned his reputation as one of the worst fathers in anime.
Show fucking Tucker. Run me down my hands, bitch!
Oh boy, oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the final father we will be covering today. And this motherfucker, Show Tucker, is arguably the top 1 worst father in anime history.
The most terrible, disgusting, despicable father in anime history. And that's saying a lot.
Personal opinion, he's the worst. Now, if you've never seen Full Metal Alchemist and you don't know who this nigga is, I'm warning you right now. This shit is about to get dark. So, Show Tucker was a state alchemist that was known for his work about chimeras. And Show famously got his state alchemist license for making a chimera that could speak the human language. And he did this 2 years ago. So when we first
it was with his wife.
meet Show, he just looks like an average run-of-the-mill middle-aged dad who's had a couple of midlife crises, as we can see clearly from his hairline, because that shit's receding like a motherfucker. But Show had a daughter named Nina and a dog named Alexander, and they looked like a pretty happy family. Now, the house was nasty as hell. The dishes look like they ain't been washed in a week, and the shelves look like they haven't been dusted in ages. And Show says the reason why the house is like this is because his wife left him and his daughter, and she left them 2 years ago. So after Ed and Al met Show the first day, when they were leaving, Show was informed that assessment day was coming up. And assessment day is an evaluation to see if you can keep your state alchemist license or not. And last assessment day, Show laid an egg. That nigga failed. So this next one coming up was make or break for Show. Because if he did ass on this next test, he would lose his state alchemist license. So the next day Ed and Al came over, they came and played with Nina and Alexander. Cause Nina was sad because her dad was locked up in the lab the whole day. Cause he was contemplating what could he possibly do to pass the next evaluation day and not get fired. So Show came up with one of the most sick, vile, disgusting.
Bruh, I can't focus. When I see his fucking face, I just want to fucking punch my damn screen. Holy shit.
Disturbing ideas ever. When Ed and Al left on the second day, this nigga told Nina, "Hey Nina, I've got a great idea. Do you want to play with Daddy tomorrow?" And of course Nina was happy because she was finally gonna get time to spend time with her dad. But this was not gonna be fun father-daughter time like Nina thought she was about to have. Because the time she was about to spend with her father was about to change her life forever. So Ed and Al come back on the third day. So when they first came in the house, nobody was there to greet them. So they decided to look around to see if they could find anybody. So they went down to the laboratory and they found Show in there with some type of creature. So Show greets them and tells them, "Boys, I've finally done it. I've made a chimera that can speak and understand the human language." So at first, Ed and Al were happy for him because this looked like the scientific breakthrough that Show needed to pass evaluation day. So Show told the chimera to introduce yourself to Ed. So the chimera started speaking to Ed, saying, "That person, Edward. That person, Edward." And then the last thing the chimera says made niggas sick to their stomach. It said, "Big brother Ed." And look at Show. Look at how he is standing. Bro doesn't even look human right here. I'm gonna be so real. So then to make sure Ed wasn't tripping, he asked Show, "When did you get your state alchemist license?" And Show says, 2 years ago. Then Ed asked him another question. "When did your wife leave?" And Show states, let's see. That was about 2 years ago as well. So then Ed asked him one final question. He asked, where the fuck are Nina and Alexander? And he tells him, oh, can't you tell? They're in this room with us right now.
Oh my goodness!
And it all clicked from the...
Put them hands up. Put them motherfucking hands up right now, motherfucker. Put them hands up. I'm gonna start throwing haymakers.
There. This nigga made Nina and Alexander do the fusion dance and turned them into motherfucking dog nigga. And guess what? The wife, yeah, she ain't leave, nigga. Show turned her into a chimera 2 years ago. That's how we got a state alchemist license. So Ed slammed Show on the wall. And Show didn't even feel bad about it. This crazy bastard was all smiles and was just saying, oh, this is just human evolution. This is progress. So Ed starts beating this nigga's ass. He punched Bro for about 30 seconds straight, and he was going to kill him. And I ain't gonna lie, he should have killed the nigga right here. But Al stopped him because Nina Xander was still watching him the whole time. And she was telling him, Big brother Abner, why are you beating up daddy? So Ed stopped because it was just too much, bro. And this pathetic bastard Show was so delusional after getting his ass whooped, bro was saying, I did it. I made it in time to keep my alchemist license. Dude didn't even care about his daughter or the sick ass shit that he just did. All he cared about was keeping his status as a state alchemist. So obviously they arrest this sick ass nigga and put his bitch ass on house arrest. And while he was locked up in his house, Scar broke in. So he walked up to Show and did what needed to be done. He gripped this ugly ass nigga by the face and electrocuted him, sending his ass to the bottomless pits of hell. And then after he did so, Scar just decided the best thing for Nina was to just put out her misery. So he kills the fusion of Nina Xander. So yeah, man, this man's Show is a sick nigga. He turned his wife into a chimera, then made his daughter and the dog do the fusion dance. Like, there was a reason this man is universally agreed upon as the worst father in anime history.
It's universal.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that
multiversal agreed on.
was a showcase of some of the worst dads in anime history. And if you're wondering, but CJ, what about all these other horrible, deadbeat, sick-ass niggas? Don't worry.
The video will be too long.
I got you. I got a whole nother 6-man lineup ready to fire off. So if y'all down, we'll run this back after like the next trial or something. But
I don't mention either.
With that being said, hope y'all enjoyed. And for all my dads and future dads out there, keep doing what you doing and don't be like these niggas.
Yeah, I won't. Alright, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Help me reach 10,000 subscribers. Comment down below. Which of these dads would you beat their ass? I will pick Show Tucker. If someone wants to jump me to beat Show Tucker, let's jump his ass. That is y'all.